Right, so a little something I want to discuss here, and this week is quite intense with content, and you might think it's actually a little bit more on the negative side, on the cons of all of this wealth management stuff I've been talking about recently. This channel's been focused a lot on the positives that all come out of this. You know, we get so much money, we can do this, we can do that, but there are limitations that we need to set in our mind because we need to be sensible about this, right? When this happens, we can't be emotional. We need to know what our plan is. We need to know what our limits and restrictions are. In the last video, I talked about the cons, about all the crypto staking with institutions and having money in offshore accounts. I hope you found that really useful. If you haven't watched it, there's a link below that you can go and watch it on. But one of the things I wanted to talk about in here was more on the conspiracy side of things. And I try not to go into the conspiracy side of things here, but this is something that personally worries me a little bit. And I know there's people in my circle who are also worried about such a thing. And that is CBDCs. So CBDCs are going to play a huge role in the positive impact that XRP has and Ripple has around the world. And obviously that's going to increase the price of XRP in the process. But something about it is worrying me. And I was sent a little tweet the other day about a fake alert that we'll probably see in the future that will come through on our phone whenever we try to transact with CBDCs. And I thought this was really interesting. Got a whole load of thought processes in my mind thinking about what this actually could mean outside of just this one example. And essentially what it was is, you know, we're looking, if anyone's read 1984, I think it's called, about Big Brother and how everyone just has one mindset, and if you waver from that mindset, you get, you know, cancelled by culture or the government even as this thing escalates. And it's just very interesting because the whole idea of a CBDC is to create one currency underlying everything, which would be XRP, that controls everything, right? And being part of a CBDC, let's say the digital euro or the digital dollar, every transaction that happens that you make is seen by the higher authority. And so for many of us, you know, the reason that we got into crypto was because we like the decentralized nature of it all. And the decentralized nature of it all allowed us to think, you know, there's freedom in the future. However, at the same time, we're in XRP because we understand the power that regulation can bring to our wealth, right? So as the regulation comes in, some people, a chosen few, those who researched and saw what was coming, plus the institutions, they always make money in these situations. You see the opportunity and you take it, right? And that's what we're doing. However, there is a slight conflict in me, and there will be in you when I give you this example. You know, this is a real downside of the potential of what could happen with these CBDCs. So let's talk about you going to your local supermarket, okay? And everything now in fiat is paid through the CBDC, right? So you have your wallet, your CBDC wallet, your digital euro wallet, whatever you're using. And you walk into the store and you want to buy, let's say you're having a barbecue, okay? You're having a nice barbecue with loads of ribs and sausages and burgers, and, you know, you're very looking forward to a nice meaty barbecue. You go to pay. Theoretically, if there was such an agenda where eating meat was bad for the environment, where eating meat was unhealthy for you, where going vegan was actually the right way to go. First of all, I don't care if you are vegan, right? But I love meat, so this does impact me. And they say, as you try to pay, you've tried to purchase too many meat products this month. We can't allow your payment to go through. Is that possible? Yes, that is completely possible. Everything is viewable. The government will know absolutely everything you buy using the CBDC. They'll have that all tracked. That's what blockchain is, right? Being able to see all of the transactions and what you're buying, who's buying what. They could theoretically say, you know, to protect the earth from pollution around the world and to make the world a better place, we're limiting how many steaks you can buy. That's not good. That's not good. That is completely taking away free choice, especially if choice of what you want to put into your body, which anyone should have the choice to be able to do, right? And so then it gets you thinking a little bit further, because my dream has always been a Tesla. I've always wanted a Tesla. What happens if the purchase of my Tesla gets logged because I've paid using the digital pound? What if they turn your car off because of multiple instances where you tried to buy too much meat? You know what I mean? And so this is my thought process, right? If they can see every transaction and there's an agenda around the world for, say, like I said, eating meat is bad, that agenda, and then leveling up the conspiracy from that, What if they block certain types of people, certain socioeconomic categories of people from buying certain things? This sounds a little bit scary. And so CBDCs, while we hopefully will be riding the wave of wealth for those, we have to understand the consequences that CBDCs could have. This is conspiracy stuff. I tend to not believe it would go that far, but crazier things have happened. And I'm just saying, we have to be aware of the madness that could come from such a centralized currency system, financial system. They will see everything you do. My little theory on this was, well, if they can block how much meat, for example, that you can buy because of the agenda, well, I'm going to buy a cattle farm. I'm going to have my own cattle. I'm going to eat as much meat as I want. And so, there's little ways around it that I was thinking like that. And it kind of is poking fun at the whole idea. But still, it's like there's a little bit inside of me that's like, well, that actually might be a good idea. And, well, who knows? Well, we might have the money to buy a cattle farm anyway. And so it wouldn't impact. But the impact that CBDCs could potentially have on the world is negative if there is such powers to create an agenda and push them without really the consent of the people. A lot of the issues we've seen in the world recently, I don't mean to get all political or anything, don't stone me in the comments, but we've seen it with free speech and Joe Rogan, and anyone else who's just used the voice that they're legally allowed to have constitutionally in America and by the right of the people in free countries. You're allowed to say what you want. However, the larger institutions with their own agendas, they stop things from happening, right? They cancel you, they shadow ban you, they delete your accounts. It's not that big of a jump to assume that they would stop you buying meat because they could. It was not that big a jump to assume that they could block certain types of people, certain income ranges of people from buying certain items, and maybe letting the people who have more money buy more things, maybe bend the rules a little bit. It's not that far off to assume that. This is my conspiracy video for the week, okay? I don't plan on revisiting any conspiracy theory videos at all. I just thought it was a really interesting thought process, rabbit hole to go down about CBDCs, which overall in the XRP community, we look at as like the golden standard. Yes, CBDCs all run on the Ripple network and with Ripple technology. That's amazing for us, but we rarely consider the other side to that, which is extreme, I understand. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. You can take it back at any point. When this is all done and dusted and we've all got our finances straight and you've got your wealth management team, you know what you're doing with your money and the generational wealth of your family, none of this information will be around anymore. There'll be nothing left to say. So now is the time to subscribe. Now is the time to be involved with the community. And now is the time to be an XRP. Of course, if you don't have any XRP or you just want to find trusted places to buy XRP, there's some links in the description. Always get your crypto in a cold storage wallet. You can also find the cold storage wallet links below in the description as well. Conspiracy done. Stay emotionless out there, and I'll see you in the next one.